Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Monday night. And if you do not want to listen to politics, good thing we're here. And we only talk about the important things that goes on, or at least ones that's not going to make your eyes and ears bleed. Teach Daddy, happy Monday. How we doing?
I don't know, man. There's some products on this show we've drank and reviewed that kind of make my ears bleed.
Well, I don't know about ears bleed, dude, but oh my god. So if anyone's been the Twitter account, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I tried the new C4 formula. It's 300 milligrams caffeine. It has dynamine in it, and I was concerned about the taste. So I was just shopping around trying to find the new the what is it? The Ultra Hawaiian Blue? Is
The
that
Blue
the title?
Hawaiian Monster. Ultra Blue Hawaiian.
Yeah, the Ultra Blue Hawaiian Monster, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I keep going into all these convenience stores, right? I keep going to these 7-Elevens, you name it, right? And oh my God, one thing that we got to review sometime, I know where the Ghost Sour Black Cherry is, or at least that's what it looked at from my angle. But the people working at the counter were so swamped. I didn't want to be a dick and say, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you go in the cooler and grab me this? I didn't want to be that guy. And I knew we had time. So at least I know where one is. But found the pink Red Bull. That'll be another time. Struck out on the Blue Hawaiian Monster. Now, those C4s, there's two things I have figured out. One, the C4 and Starburst license has expired. And I am not the only one that said now that the new Strawberry Burst tastes different, which is absolutely bullshit, honestly. I mean, think about it. You reskin it, but you change the flavor. When has that ever happened, Teach?
Not many times. I'm assuming it probably has come down to something within the deal.
I mean, that to me, that's just unfair because at the end of the day, right, it's just a reskin. And somebody goes, oh, well, it's the trademark. Well, not for nothing. You know what G Fuel has put in the profile for Pink Drip for all these years? Pink Candy Chew.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody thinks that they can trademark those three words to describe something, I got oceanfront property in Arizona, a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn, and the works. Ain't happening, Chief.
I'm interested to hear
It's
about this
just
bridge.
not happening. I don't know what to tell you. Also, I feel like this is the first time that I've actually had the light on in my setup while I've recorded on here. I think this is the first.
It might be the first. Now, unlike you, though, I have been able to find the new Monster Blue Hawaiian, the Ultra Blue Hawaiian, but I have
You lucky
not been able to
bastard.
find much of the other new flavors that are coming out right now. I know there's new Rain, I know there's new Bang, there's like three new Red Bulls, three, four new Red Bulls
So
apparently, and I've only
there's
one.
there's some okay, so there's some that are like not in our region.
Yeah, I've just found like one new Red Bull today. All the other three I have not been able to find yet. The only new one I found is new zero sugar Red Bull made with monk fruit extract. What does
Oh,
that mean? I have no idea.
so monk fruit is actually whatchamacallit, ooh, hold up. Ah, thank you, Kevin, for chiming in. So the Red Bulls that we're thinking of is the Juneberry sugar free that's on its way. We have the wild berry. I think that's the pink can, and then the monk fruit. Monk fruit, I believe, is an actual fruit that's used as a artificial sweetener. I grabbed that by mistake. I think I just like how sometimes you grab it, you grab one the left, one the right. I feel like I just went 1, 2, and I grabbed the sugar free, and then the new one by accident. I did the same thing when I found out that the recent winter edition has gone up, but There's been a lot of announcements I actually found out within the last show, Teach. Some of it is a good hooray, and some of it is big sad.
Oh yeah.
Okay, first off, Red number 3 is banned. And for those wondering, oh, it's not my drink, I don't care. I actually found out recently that there is a lot of wheat products that was using Red number 3 to get the coloring right, which is kind of scary if you think about it. Yeah. Like I thought I was getting fresh bagels, man. Nah, they're using dye in it. I was shocked. I really was. So, secondly, 2 Red Bulls are being discontinued. You
Dude,
ready?
what's being discontinued?
Yep. This is the story going around.
Oh, so it's not confirmed.
It's circling around where it's making sense, but here's the story that's going to come out right now. One of it makes sense, the other one I'm nervous about. Hear me out. First up, Red Bull Peach Nectarine being discontinued.
What?
Yes.
I don't drink that one often. I don't ever go out of my way to find Red Bull first and foremost, but especially like any of them. But like one, that's one of the best. Easily top 5
Yes.
for me. Why the fuck are they discontinuing it?
This one is justified. If the rumor is true, Red Bull is coming up with a white peach.
I'm down for that.
Okay, listen. I think that's still one of the best Red Bull flavors you could come across.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
even Armad Tai says that's the best one for sure. Okay, but either so, you know how they say sometimes you get rid of something to upgrade? What happens if you don't upgrade?
You get stagnant and fall behind.
Exactly. And the other one, here's the rumor. Red Bull Blueberry out.
Oh, see, this is bullshit. You're giving rid of 2 of the best, like, flavored of Red Bulls? No, this sounds like straight
And
BS.
the second part of the rumor, the winter edition replaces it.
This is no, it's got to be fake news. That's some like fake news right there.
That's
No
why
way
I'm
they
saying
no
rumors, and I
way they
hope
get
they're
rid of
rumors.
Blueberry. Blueberry is arguably the most goated Red Bull of all time. There's no way this is happening. You almost look like you have a shit-eating grin on your face, like you're about to tell me it's a joke.
Well, Cranberry was also goaded, in my opinion, and look what happened there.
Cranberry
We
was
got
all right,
bored.
but Blueberry, dog, it was one of the first 3 original OG flavored Red Bulls.
I agree, but also Cranberry was an OG, and look where we're at, man.
Dog, they're not getting rid of Blueberry.
Aliens. No, seriously. I got aliens behind me. I'm bored. But yes, that's the rumor spiraling around, and I think that is absolutely batshit crazy.
Look, if Red Bull wants to get rid of the best flavor ever, then I'm going to be very upset. I will go out and find the other best flavors. I know all the best energy drink companies out there that there is. We'll make a new flavor for Red Bull. We'll bring the blueberry back. We'll make blueberry Red Bull great again.
Speaking of which, with between the president who's being inaugurated today, I know we said that we're not going to discuss politics, but hear me out. This is justifiable. If the president and Elon Musk love Diet Coke so much, I don't think they're taking the aspartame out.
I don't know, but I'm eager to see if GamerSupps tries to come up with a new flavor that has Trump on it.
Actually, it would be pretty hysterical if it was cola flavor. Because there's actually this now. This is allegedly, of course. So
Allegedly.
this could be a joke or anything else, but at the same time, this kind of sounds pretty cool. Apparently, there's a button that gives them a Diet Coke.
I believe it.
As in, press a button, there's a dispenser. I mean, okay, soda machine is modern technology, but I mean, I'm just if that is, it just means if you like it that much, there's got to be a love for the formula. So, I mean, again, there's so many people I know that love Diet Coke and not so much Diet Pepsi. I don't know who's buying all of it, but that's just me.
I don't know who's such a fan of diets, in my opinion. I think diets are the worst version of any of these drinks.
Hey,
Personally,
remember, sugar is bad. Sugar
that's
is
why you get
evil.
the
Sugar is
zero version. You get the zero version, not the diet. Zeros are better than the diets. Just saying. Zero do is better than diet
so.
do.
Speaking of which, that monk fruit extract, the one that says, "Oh, no sucralose, yay!" Read the ingredients on there. There's got to be another sweetener on there outside of fruit. I don't believe it until I see it.
We have ingredients: carbonated water, erythritol, taurine, citric acid, lactic acid, natural and artificial flavors, colors. Oh, artificial colors and flavors. Oh, okay, I see you, Red Bull. Getting artificially with it still. Don't know how much we like that. Sodium bicarbonate, aka baking soda, sucralose, bing, 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 bing.
There is
Magnesium
sucralose in there.
carbonate, monk fruit extract, malic acid, xanthan gum. That's interesting to see in here.
Isn't it in the regular Red
B6.
Bull?
I don't know if it is. Usually, xanthan gum is used as like a thickening agent, so that's why I find it interesting. Vitamin B12, calcium. So you got sucralose in here.
I was about to say, like, I thought the plan was to get rid of the sucralose and replace it with monk fruit.
This, like, when I saw this can, it really, it almost like tilted me because I'm like, this looks like almost like a sun faded regular Red Bull Zero, but it's like a very much lighter gray, almost like the older designs that they had on those gray cans. But like on the camera right now, it looks more blue. But to me, looking at the light, it looks more gray,
It's
which
like
is interesting.
this. It's like it's supposed to be a gray with like this blue
Tint.
hue or weird tint. Yeah, something in that regard.
So that, like, when I saw that, I was like, okay, that looks interesting. And I looked, I'm like, oh, that's a new one with monk fruit. And I was like, this must be new. And then that's when I messaged you, and you said, yeah.
Still, like I thought the part was we're gonna get rid of sucralose and put in monk fruit. So why did they put in both? So now we got two sweeteners in it. And again, I'm just one of those guys where it's just so again, when we've dabbled into things, right? We're talking when salute. We're talking when I
Grazie.
talked to AO Jimbo about the combination. Remember, I said we're taking Diet Pepsi and we're taking Red Raspberry, and he asked me, "Is there a reason why you told me diet?" Is because why would you mix up sucralose and regular sugar at the same time? If you keep the sweetener, the one sweetener in it, you have sugar mixed with sugar. You have sucralose mixed with sucralose. Otherwise, the sweeteners just clash.
Looking into it, because I have never heard of monk fruit before or sweetener, anything related to it. But looking into it, just a quick search. Apparently, there are several brands such as monk fruit in the raw, Lankancto. Many, this one I know many have heard. Splenda, monk fruit sweetener. Sweet Leaf and Whole Earth use monk fruit sweeteners in granular and liquid forms. I didn't know this was something that was being used as an extra sweetener. That's
A
so
swingle fruit, a small round fruit native to southern China. Anti-cancer animal and test tube research suggests that monk fruit extract may inhibit cancer cell growth. Low calorie sweetener, stable at high temperatures, and can be used in baked goods. Little to no aftertaste, suitable for people with diabetes and those on low carb diets. Risks: monk fruit allergies are rare, but they can occur. Signs of allergic reaction include hives, rash, difficulty breathing, and more. What? Difficulty breathing? Um,
So from what this also weirdly sounds like in this article is that places are using monk fruit extract as another sweetener because it is a safe to use sweetener, but there's been no ADI discovered for it, which is
Listen,
essentially
if we're trying
freshly
to
saying
listen,
how
if
much
we're
you should
if we
ingest.
already banned a red dye, and they're already looking into seeing about high fructose corn syrup and other such ingredients. I mean, hey, just remember, Dynamine's actually banned in Australia, if you remember that. The
I
way I
don't
actually
remember that.
found that out was from friend of the pod, Caffeinated alumni, Goblin Garbage. She had us find out that it was banned in Australia, Dynamine.
I guess
So,
monk fruit originally comes from southern China.
yep.
Originally,
Although ironically, if you zoom in,
yeah, they're like little brown balls.
I got greenish in some cases. They look like coffee beans, but in like baseball shaped. That's pretty incredible on that end. Hmm. So, I mean, after reading that, I kind of got nervous, but you ready to try that thing?
Sure, I'm reading more and more about monk fruit and learning more in my life about other sweeteners.
Hey, at least you didn't have to deal with what I dealt with today. Literally I dealt with nausea and run to the John for my whole
Would you drink
noon
Ghost?
afternoon. No, that was the C4.
Oh,
That was
otherwise
the
I would say,
C4.
would you drink Glitch with an eye?
Well, it doesn't even taste that good to have it that way. So, I mean, I don't know. I digress.
So, first smell impressions. If you put them side by side and you didn't know what either looked like, this smells exactly identical to regular Zero. Exactly identical to regular Zero Red Bull.
Same smell, right?
Same smell, exact same. There's no even like slight offness to it. It is without a doubt the same smell. You can't miss that smell. Red Bull has a very unique smell.
Yes, it does.
All right, salute.
Salute.
It tastes damn near similar, but it's sweeter.
Yes, it is.
Hot take. I generally always kind of prefer the Zero Red Bull over the regular. Regular is, well known. People like it, but I
I
generally
mean,
prefer
I
the
like
Zero.
the regular, but I understand why.
This I like more than regular Zero. Sincerely, I would rather grab this now than regular Zero because of that extra sweetness. It adds a little bit more to the flavor palette. It isn't like this is going to sound weird, but you'll probably understand what I mean. It doesn't make the Red Bull taste as dry as normal. Sounds
Hmm.
weird to say, but to me, Red Bull has like a dryness to the taste.
Yes.
This is definitely, yeah. This is I'm not gonna like. This isn't anything to run home about. It's a 7.5. It's just your regular goated traditional Red Bull Zero, but sweeter. That's it. You took a product that already existed. You took a product that was fine. You upgrade it. You made it better. That sounds perfectly fine in my head. I'm okay with it. 7.5. Easy.
Also, something I want you to pull up too. I just found something. I found something from 2 years ago that did not age well.
Oh,
Look at the CP Twitter.
like Caffeinated
Look,
Podcast Twitter.
see if look at the pod Twitter. See if you
Okay.
can pull up the most recent thing. I just want to show the audience this. This was kind of a laugh. This was I saw this 2 years ago. This was before Monster purchased Bang.
Yeah. Vooz. We tried it on the show.
See if can you pull that up so I could show the audience for this one? I just wanna have a laugh, honestly.
There you go.
Aluminum cans are indefinitely recyclable. Competitors, it takes about 1,000 years for plastic products to fully degrade. So you are trying to say that Prime, Gatorade, and Body Armor are not superior compared to Vooz.
No,
Not
they're
for
just trying to
nothing.
say that they're more recyclable. That's all. They're not saying the taste better, not saying the formula's better. They're just saying our product can be recycled.
So because it's in a can, that's the reason why you should buy this over the 3 big competitors in the world.
That's about the only thing Vooz had going for compared to these ones. It's just that their cans were recyclables, and those plastic materials that the other three are in are just not as easily recyclable, if at all.
Not only that, but there's a lot of places that didn't offer Vooz.
Yeah.
Well, keep in mind, if you look on the website of all the stuff they had, right? Like apparently Bang was also making Converse style shoes.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were basically taking generic brand Chuck Taylor Converse, putting the Bang logo on them. And again, right? I always tell this to people. There's some people that in some places that have strengths and weaknesses. Okay. So, first off, Monster got out of the energy shot game. They said, hey, 5-hour energy is the better selling product. We're out. When they had the Bang umbrella, look at how much they took away. Look at how many flavors they didn't make. Look at how many brands they stopped producing. Some people found it hard that Redline was being discontinued. And what was the one thing that Bang was selling that Monster said, yeah, screw this. We tried it. It don't work. You sure as hell are not going to waste resources in doing this. And that was they pulled the Bang energy shots. Now I know that Gorilla Mind is getting into the energy shots. They have it in the black, the white, the green, and the orange. But once again, I say that's just not it.
Yeah, I've never really been one for the whole energy shot idea or even the whole like less liquid but a lot of caffeine.
I like to drink my drink gradually. Hell, I didn't even get to enjoy my drink today. Oh, the pain.
So, like for the silly examples, like when I was more heavily a gym rat at the time, right? Like I'd put my pre-workout still in 14 and 16 ounces of water, typically more around 14. I then just drink that gradually, at a little bit of a faster pace, of course, but I wouldn't just like chug it all because there are even the demons out there that'll just still take a scoop pre-workout, dry scoop it, then take a shot of like liquid.
On the
No,
tongue and
nope,
drink a little bit of water and that's it.
nope.
Ugh.
I'm not gonna do any of that kind of shot stuff. Nope, I'm good. Doesn't seem healthy, doesn't seem proper to do it like that. Plus, your body also wants more liquid when it comes to pre-workout because that's how it's more easily gets them properly absorbed than just a little water.
Not only that, but you don't want any shakes, any nausea, anything like that.
Yep.
You also want to make sure that you're not on an empty stomach. You want to make sure you're nourished so you don't get nauseous or get bubble guts or anything like that. Like there's a procedure to it. Now,
Yep.
granted, two different kinds. There's the regular and then there's like something else. I know the original formula has the same energy formula as a cup of coffee. Uh it's basically like 80 to 100 milligrams of caffeine, some vitamin C, some vitamin B, and you keep it moving, except it's in 2 ounces versus 12 to 16 ounces.
Yep.
Some people swear by it, and here's for myself going, I'm good. I mean, I don't know, dude. It just don't seem like it's it.
Oh, it's not it. That's the thing. Like, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. I personally don't, and have not in the last 5 years alone known anyone to buy, take, or regularly consume 5-hour energy.
Oh, I have. I know.
Who is
I know
consuming
plenty of them.
5-hour energy that company is still heavily in business? Because I see no one ever talk about it, doing it, using anything.
Actually, you know who uses it the most, in my opinion? It's the Gen Xers.
Really?
Yes. Because if you think about 5-hour energy, I remember it started coming out in commercials when I was in middle school.
Well, same. I remember that too. I remember the big boom
Yeah,
it had
me and you are
originally, but
only a year
even now
apart.
it feels like it's
So I
falling
mean,
hard.
well, yeah, think about it. I'm gonna be 31 this year. So I mean, yeah, we're not that far apart.
Don't say that.
I'm just asking you to stretch a little bit more and drink a little bit more water before, Recon wants to pick on you.
Look, I drink all the water and stretch all the things I need, but I don't need to be reminded that you're going to be 31 and I'm going to be 30 this year. We don't need to
I'm
remind
just,
the audience that we're just
I'm
a couple
just,
of 30-year-olds drinking caffeine and knowing things.
and knowing things well and asking the tough questions. But again, dude, it's not this big thing that people rave about. The only thing that's different is, well, you don't have to you don't gotta worry about this. The only thing that's really different is the dating pool, in my opinion. That's
I
the only
mean,
thing different when you're 30. That's it. But like I said, you don't gotta worry about that. So yeah, you're fine. You're wiser. You approach things more. Smarter than I am. That's for fucking sure. You'll be fine. Don't make it sound like it's game over or something like that. Like
oh, it's
really.
game over, buddy. Then first thing you do is you hit 30. Next thing you know, you're 60. It's game over.
Oh,
The
shut up.
days start going by quicker. It's night sooner. The months are
Let,
rolling by.
hey, any chance that you've watched George Lopez before?
Yeah. Who hasn't
Did
woken
he?
up at 3? Who our age
No, no,
hasn't
no. I'm
woken up at
talking
3?
about. I'm
Joe
not talking to.
George Lopez jumping on a trampoline. Huh? Who hasn't woken up to that
To
3 a.m.?
low rider, yes. I'm not talking about the George Lopez show where he's going, Angie, please, I got this. Not that. I'm talking about a stand up.
Very little.
Okay. So, when he said, when you hit middle age? One day you sit down, you accidentally sit on your nuts. You got a long time before that happens.
Brother, depending on it, you could do that even when you're a lot younger.
Do I dare say it? Do I dare ask the question?
This show's about caffeine, so probably not.
I'm just saying that for nothing. If you're sitting on them on a regular basis, you got fucking problems.
You never know, man.
Gonna need some suspenders like Larry King had.
Some
To
people
serve it.
have more Weibos than others, you know?
Hey, listen. I'm pretty sure Larry King wasn't using those for his pants, but I digress.
In other news,
And in any news, let's swing into a different topic.
in any news, anyone catch what happened last Friday night?
Friday night or Saturday night?
Last Friday. No, it's Saturday. What's Saturday? Last
That's what I'm
Saturday
saying,
night. Yeah,
Saturday.
last Saturday night.
So, forgive me. I could only watch Twitch when I'm hardwired because every single time I have a stream and I'm mobile, it buffers. I've even tried being a part of your streams when I've been mobile at work and just shipping boxes, and occasionally I buffer. It sucks. And I don't got Wi-Fi at work either, so yeah, it sucks ass. I was working all throughout the weekend. I worked Friday night, I worked Saturday morning and afternoon into the evening. By the time I got home, it was 11 o'clock. Stream was over. And then Sunday, had to do some more stuff before snow came. So, yeah, rough weekend on my end. I got to only see like about 5 minutes just to see the 5 candidates of who's up. So, with that, Teach, I'm going to give you the floor. Tell me what happened Saturday night and tell everybody what 5 flavors are eligible to be voted for number 1.
So last Saturday night, I hosted an event for Glitch Energy. Myself and a fellow Glitch influencer who also has an influence flavor, which is the Worm Tonic Gummy Worms, Rin Karigani is I think how you pronounce that part. We both hosted the final stream to announce who the final 5 finalists are of the Glitch Energy Flavor Challenge that is currently going on. It's a little bit different of what I was a part of last year, but still still similar. So Saturday was a good time. It was a big honor and humbling to announce who the next 5 are. As somebody who got to go through the whole experience of having a flavor made, it was humbling to be part of that experience and then now come on and be a judge and judge the next generation of these 5 flavors of who would make it happen. I did have some technical difficulties on my end. That's general streaming stuff, but it came down to 5 final flavors. Those final 5 were honeydew pear, guava pear, honeydew peach, blue raspberry cherry, berry, which was raspberry, blackberry, and one more. Forget the third
Blueberry.
flavor. What's it? Blueberry?
Raspberry, blackberry, blueberry.
And then the final one was chili cheese, which was a chili mango.
Not sure how I feel about the chili mango. Although the berry, to me, that sounds like boysenberry.
Well, at first when I heard the berry one, I was like, don't we already technically have a lot of other mixed berry flavors out there? Like, why are we doing another mixed berry? But then I realized they are technically the other berries that don't usually get the most amount of love.
So, I mean, I'm always very weary about a boysenberry-ish because a lot of times there's like a grape-ish like aftertaste. You know what I mean? So, I mean, the fact that we got raspberry, blackberry, blueberry, we got blackberry by itself in energy. We got blackberry in energy. Any blueberry flavor, I'm down. And raspberry is always a good time.
I won't say publicly which one I voted for, but I did vote. And voting did end today. So I don't know what it is, but one of those 5 flavors that was voted by open public will be the next flavor for Glitch.
Do we have a announcement date?
I don't have an announcement date. That hasn't been posted on the Twitter, so I have no idea on that. And then I technically can't say the next flavor for Glitch because I don't think it's technically going to be the next flavor. But they are the next partner / influencer winner to get a flavor.
I mean,
if you had to pick one of the 5, which one would you have picked?
That was tough, but probably the berry.
Really?
Yes.
Honestly, I figured you'd have picked the blue raspberry cherry because to me, that is one of those kind of flavors where it's bold. There's not many out there that have a combination of blue raspberry and cherry when you really think about it. And the ones that have in the past, they haven't been great. You remember when G Fuel tried to do blue ice and the sour cherry together, and that one was
the main so the problem being is I feel like they dropped the ball. I feel like now the theory was because if you remember, they also discontinued sour cherry, and I gotta tell you, when COVID was going on, the shutdown was going on, I remember having a sour cherry, and I remember that there were times where, and mind you, G Fuel, when I started drinking G Fuel in 2020, there's not many G Fuel tubs I ordered more than twice. Or just twice or more. Like there's some times where I've ordered it once and when it's gone, it's gone. But I mean, I've ordered blue ice a couple times. I've ordered peach iced tea a couple of times. Sour cherry was one of them. But I feel like the way that they ratioed it was just off. Now, I have no idea if that's you got to mix the tub or whatever, but there's a rumor that they just want to get rid of the rest of the sour cherry and, just mix it with blue ice because there's a surplus of it. And personally, even there's so many people that were reviewing the G Fuel at the time that even said, no, take a tall boy, put a scoop of sour cherry, put in a scoop of blue ice, it's better.
But that's also what I'm saying, is that this blue raspberry could be the better new blue raspberry cherry on the market.
I feel like that's a good mix. I just think that, I don't know, it's just going for more preference, I guess. I like a regular raspberry over a blue raspberry personally, but that's just me. The way that you're frozen in frame right now, dude, you gave me such the death glare. Ah, it's hysterical. Oh, geez. Let me see if I could bring you back. Whoa, you're in two places? Back now?
My Chrome just crashed out of nowhere.
Ah, so that's why you. Wow, it actually says there's two teachers in here. Let me get that out of here.
But
I'll leave that open. I'll leave that open just in case, because God forbid.
I do think it was. I had a fun time doing it. It was an interesting experience because what I also enjoyed is that we could be we were given the privilege and the opportunity to actually like judge the flavors and the products, right? And the one thing that we had mentioned on that episode, or when we had done it, Rin and I, that you and I have even talked about in the past, right? That I think is something to even mention to others, and it's even a note that like I hit to other partners or influencers, is that you like, if you want to have your own flavor, I of course understand that to the 100%, of course, it'd be obvious, but the flavor you pick to represent you has to be somewhat realistic.
So, I guess this goes into another question now. I know we ask tough questions, and I don't want to. I don't know what you can and cannot answer, but I think here's a good question for anyone who is out there, a glitch creator, whoever creator. And in fact, we got so many creators that have their own flavor that do tune into the show. Do you think the flavor, regardless if it's realistic or not, right? Because we have some desserty flavors come to life. We had teas come to life. In my opinion, and even Plug Sassy said this, Glitch has not failed on a lemonade.
It's true.
Glitch has not failed at a lemonade. But I digress.
When they know how to make a proper flavor, they do it right.
Yes. So I guess what I'm asking is, does the flavor got to be marketable? Not as like realistic, that is going to be very subjective. But do you think that the flavors got to be marketable for them to stand a chance?
Yes and no. In a weirder way of saying it, no, because your flavor should already be marketable itself. What I more mean to the extent of your flavor needs to be realistic, not to the marketability aspect, but to what the actual flavor profile is. When you be like, oh, I want my flavor to be Neapolitan Dairy Queen. I want all 24 flavors of ice cream in my one shaker, and I want to drink it every day. Like, I want strawberry cheesecake mixed with a graham cracker crust with like, brother, you can eat that all day, but that's not going to be rightfully and properly made in your shaker.
Well, for example, right, the cereal flavor, the cereal tub. Have you tried that yet?
Yeah.
Yes, no, not a fan. Tried in milk or water.
I haven't done it in milk.
Okay.
Wait, you talking about Luby Fruits? Didn't I try that last episode?
No,
that was trombone juice and milk.
You tried strawberry banana and Dragon's Mead.
No, I have not tried Luby Fruits. I was thinking the Luby Fruits is one that you have tried last week.
No,
but this is different. To me, this is different. This isn't trying to be like overly desserty. These are notes that you can.
If you haven't tried it, how haven't you known? So yeah, you tried these two last week.
These are notes that you can more realistically create than strawberry cheesecake with a graham cracker crust.
So I guess the way that would kind of be, let's go back a little bit more down to earth. Let's say somebody said, I want to do s'mores. Let's say, let me just come up with a scenario. Let's say there's this this person named Sammy, and they want to do Sammy s'mores. Is that marketable?
Nope. Is it marketable?
No. The flavor seems realistic.
You can make
But
anything
is it
marketable.
marketable?
You can make anything marketable. You can market anything. That's the thing. As a good like practice, if you are a salesman, I want you to come up to my door and go down every door in this area and tell me why I should buy your piece of wood, your 2x4, instead of going to Home Depot and buying a 2x4. You can easily market it. You can be like, this wood is the greatest wood ever. I know only the best wood makers who grow only the best trees. No one else grows better trees than I do that make these 2x4. Like, you can easily market. I don't think it's not about the marketability, it's about the actual creation. Like, think about it. Chocolate into a powder form like that is not going to be easy to recreate in a good tasting way. And then energy formula wise, what pre-workouts out there do you know that are like s'mores? Pre-workout. We're not talking proteins because proteins are differently made. Pre-workouts, energy, caffeine. What gets chocolate and caffeine?
Coffee.
But differently. I'm talking like Monster chocolate.
I'm breaking balls, guy. I'm breaking.
Oh, you're breaking
balls.
balls, all right. You're breaking my balls. You're breaking your balls. You're breaking all of our balls. The point of it comes down to is your flavor has to have some realistic aspect to it of being made. It can't be weirdly like you want to have a unique flavor, but you can't have it be so uniquely different that it's just impossible
not for
to
nothing.
exist.
Didn't they just release a birthday cake?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. To some people, they'd be like, "What the hell is this? This isn't a protein." To me, if
even
somebody
like
said, "Give me a energy drink that's cupcake," I'm thinking to myself, "Okay, this shit's gonna fall apart like one ply toilet paper over here."
But like that's one of those perfect examples to me, to where it's like you can find that fine line, but like once we start getting any more into it, it just doesn't feel like it would be something I want to drink or feasibly made. Like we're already riding that fine line hard at birthday cake, at cake alone. And even then it sounds like we're drinking something more in milk. Like when you get into the chocolate aspects, that's what it is. But main point being, it was cool to host the show, give our personal intake and opinions on like how our flavors got to be made, what experiences we've gone through, our experiences with Glitch, talking about the 5 flavors, judging them, announcing them. And the voting ended today. So we'll see which one gets made in the future.
Yeah, that's something. I mean, again, I think it's close, but I mean, I'm kind of looking at it. I understand the uniqueness of some of them, but I mean, no disrespect, but it's like when I saw mango chili, I'm like, okay, what are we going for here? Is this like mango salsa that I put on a taco? Like, what the hell?
Do you remember Scorpion Sting?
Yes.
Same thing. That was chili mango. But that is one of those flavors that does have a very
That was
unique
mango
acquired-
habanero.
I mean, it's like mango spice, mango heat. It's the same premise.
Oh Lord.
But that is a very unique flavor that is more of an acquired taste, and it's typically more of an acquired taste culturally, respectably.
I guess it's an acquired taste thing, but again, that's
Like I
it's
remember
amazing
even when
how that flavor didn't last, but the other two did.
so I remember trying Scorpion Sting back when, and even in a canned form, I wasn't like, okay, you know, the mango was really good. It was a little interesting to me to have the chili and try it my first time as somebody that you would probably
The
say
can was
isn't-
much better because you didn't have legit powder in there.
But like meaning wise, like I still tried it and I wasn't overly like disgusted. I got to understand why it is more of an acquired taste because of the heat to it and how it was different.
Actually?
I want to go back to it much often, but I understand people that would for the cultural aspect to it because there are many cultures that love mango chile or watermelon chile or in some kind of variation, a nice sweet fruit, a juicy succulent fruit with a little bit of heat to it because they can seem like they collide and clash, but they can also get together pretty well. You'd be surprised.
Well, yeah, like the guava pear. Guava pear is a common flavor. Not our preference, but that's a common flavor.
I mean, all I will say is I didn't pick that one. I didn't. That's not the one I picked
That's
personally,
it.
but that's only because I don't care for guava.
I was about to say that's an incomplete thing. But I mean, I'm just kind of like cruising around and I'm like, ooh,
But let it also not be
honeydew
taken
peach.
away.
I thought that was interesting.
Like we had tried Bislos guava. I'm not a big guava person. Typically, I don't go for it, but that actually wasn't bad. I mean, hell, you remember Bry even saying he loved it.
He goes, it's not guava, but it kind of is guava. It's like candied guava, but if you want legit
It's
guava,
guava,
this
but
is
without the feet.
Guava minus the foot. Pretty much summed it up right there.
And there was over 300 votes that were casted for the next partner flavor.
In total, or
Over
just for...
over 300 votes for this last round were casted to pick it. That info was put out there publicly, so I can say that.
Okay, I was about to say, because I've been kind of looking about this, and I know they've been talking about... So, how about I go to... how do I put this? Glitch isn't going into another version, it's just expanding its horizons. So when they ask the public about what they like in a protein shake, now I'm just all ears as far as like trying to find, what works and what doesn't work. Although I wanted to ask you this too. I wonder how the raspberry mojito is going to go, even though I do not care for mint in my drink.
It's brand new. I don't own it. You also know how
Probably
I feel.
not going to be a purchase. Probably not going to be a purchase.
I'm also not typically huge on mint or many mojito-y things. I still might pick up a tub because they do the 50% off flash sales thanks to the Twitter. So that flavor is definitely worth picking up when it's 50% off. And that could also be the way in how we try it out.
Indeed so. Damn, dude. I wish that can didn't fuck me up today, because I probably needed the caffeine, man. I've been up bad since 4.
Jesus.
Well, yeah, dude, because I mean, like, I had to attack the snow. I'm usually up at 5, but like I was in a recon stream last night, and I was kind of like trying to plan out my day, and so I almost fell asleep in this chair. Basically got the common courtesy to get up, brush my teeth, just wash my face real quick. I got to see the last 5 minutes of the playoff game. Oh, the pain for Baltimore. And basically after that,
if we're talking football, I don't even want to think about it. All right. You know what? We'll go back.
I'm sad too. Okay.
I don't want to go into that. All right. I finally had hope in my life for once. Okay. All right. I don't even care about that sport. I don't even care about the sport. I had hope this year. I thought this year was the year, okay? I lived through the golden age. And by the golden age, I mean the 7 to 8 seasons we went 0-15. I remember the losing age. I was there for. I grew up in it.
Pre-Matt Stafford, yes.
No, that was
pre-Matt Stafford. Pre-fat Patricia.
No, that was pre-Goff with Stafford. Mind you, really respectfully, you might or may not know this. For a long time with Stafford, we had many 0-15 seasons, and people were calling Stafford the problem. You had Stafford. He goes to the Rams and wins a bowl.
You had the winless season, then drafted Stafford.
I thought we had, if I do recall, I'm pretty sure it felt like we had multiple winless seasons, and even with Stafford.
No. Mediocre seasons. The one winless season you had happened, then you drafted Matt Stafford. Years went by, and if you haven't noticed, for what you gave up for Matt Stafford, you got more than Jared Goff. What those picks have turned into, do you have any idea?
Oh, those picks now paid off hugely.
You won the trade. I hope you know that.
Yeah, now we have. But even now, people are saying that we didn't because Goff chokes. So Goff has been known to choke when it really matters most.
Oh, bull fucking shit. That was fine.
Now, I'm not a sports guy, really is. So I'm sure he could talk about this for
I was
fucking
rooting
hours,
for
and I'm sure he
Detroit,
has
and to be honest with you,
about
don't
sports.
be surprised if Washington makes it to the Super Bowl after this. Because if you didn't see the game, which by the way, I did in the snow in the second half of that game, it was snowing in Philly. And Jalen Hurts, I think, legitimate did something to his knee. So I'm thinking, unless proven otherwise, it's a Washington game. You can't be a no, dude. You can't not be a mobile quarterback and look like you can't run or dodge or strafe or any of that. When you see a guy get afterwards and he just goes, "Oh no, I'm going down." You know, like when toddlers learn how to walk and when they can't go anywhere, they don't want to fall, they just sit down on their butt. That's what he did. Sat down and just like a duck. Yeah. This is a Washington game unless proven otherwise. I might eat a lot of crow next week, but we'll see. Because I feel like there's a lot of people that are being like, please so help me God, don't bring Philly back.
It might be. Fly Eagles fly.
I don't know. Like I said, man, that's a controversial take right there. There's some people that despise Philly.
I don't honestly even care in any way about the football or sports. I only
No, I
really
mean,
ever
no, I'm
watch
saying
the
sports
Super
is I'm
Bowl.
saying sports aside, man. There's some people that just hate people with some there's some people that just hate things from certain cities. Now, it could be because of their swagger, it could be because they're assholes, because they're mindless, it could be philosophy and way of life. Like for example, I got into it with my buddy in the UK because he thinks that I travel too much for nothing, or I used to. Like for example, for me, I used to drive 1 hour in dry land just to go to work. For him, he goes, "Oh no, if I get in a car and I got to drive an hour, I'm on vacation. I'm not going to work for a week." UK living versus US living. You know what I mean? We can't
Mm-hmm.
compare the two because you got people that'll drive for 6 hours and they'll be one state over. And they'll be like, "Tell you what, buddy, you give me 9 hours, I'm going England, Scotland, Wales, and back tenfold." Yeah, 9 hours, I'm going all three and back. It just is what it is. I mean, there's just certain lifestyles and everything else. Now, mind you, right? I don't think there's any like stereotypes from like Michigan or the Midwest thing that's, I don't know. I don't think any of it is putrid at all. But you can probably say something to about my region. Keep in mind, I'm in between. I'm in between the tri-state and New England. New England doesn't want to claim Connecticut, and the tri-state doesn't want to, claim Connecticut. So I'm in this limbo phase. I got chowder over here. I got pizza the other way. With both people saying, hey, guess what? You got New Haven pizza. Some will accept it, some will not. And that's where I am on a daily basis, just in giant limbo. And I can say that the Boston people are assholes, and I could say the Jerseys and New Yorkers are assholes. It depends on time of day and where you are. It's just one of those things. It's like a regional thing is kind of like what you have in your glass. You're either going to enjoy it or you're going to hate it. That's really it.
And with that bit of wisdom, that's a good spot to end the 144
I
for this Monday
agree.
evening.
So I hope everybody has a decent Monday night and had a better Monday than I certainly had. So we're going to try to just keep expanding on what's available in our area. We're going to try. I know there's a lot of products we got to get into. We got to try up to a point because I know this gentleman in front of me is not going to be having C4 for science. It's an
Who
okay
knows? Maybe.
protest.
Maybe.
We tried that for science once.
Who knows? Maybe.
I don't know, man. If I found a C4 or something where I said, dude, this is a must try, but I don't think I found that outside the Hawaiian Punch.
But anyways, that's
Any
144.
Yes, everybody. Thank you. We're gonna try to keep hitting up the local stores to find new products. In the meantime, support your favorite streamer. Please stay safe, healthy, and well. Don't slip on the ice like I did this morning. Drink your freaking water, but always stay caffeinated. We love you, everybody. We will talk to you soon. Take it easy.